and welcome to Crafty Shenanigans. I'm Shannon Smith, and today I thought we need to get started on some Christmas cards. So I'm pretty excited about this. It's a little bit longer than some of my other videos, but I did try to keep it moving along pretty quickly. So with that, I'm just going to go ahead and get started. Okay, to start off, we are going to stamp this cute snowman stamp. I don't know if you can see that very well, but you'll see it after I stamp it. This is from Judykin Stamps, and I'm going to go ahead and get that all inked up using my Misty. Now that you can see it, isn't it cute? Okay. So we'll go ahead and get that guy on our paper. Let's push it down one more time. Okay. So we are going to use PanPastels to color this guy. And I'm doing something a little bit different. PanPastels come with sponges and they're awesome, but I kind of like using brushes when I use PanPastels. So I'm just going to use my paint brushes because we're going to go through and do a lot of the details. So I'm just going to start out with, this is, I don't even know how to say that, but it's light blue. We're going to use that. And that's one thing with the brushes. You have to work the color in a little bit more. So if you're worried about wasting it, you may prefer the sponges. But I really don't think that I'm going to be running out anytime soon. So we're just going to go around the little details. I might actually get a little bit smaller brush for this up at the top. And I will likely speed this part of the video up, just so that you don't get bored watching me color. Okay, now I'm going to work a little bit of this darker color. This is, I guess it's phthalo blue. If you're familiar with FSJ colors, this one would be comparable to Pool Play. This one would be like Catalina Splash. All of these coordinate with some of the FSJ colors, so if you want more information about that, you can look on FSJ's website. Okay, so one nice thing about PanPastels is that you can erase the color. If you get something somewhere you don't want it, you can just use one of these nice white erasers, work well. Okay, so you can see I'm just kind of pushing the color in with the tip of my paintbrush, and I'm just kind of tapering off the color, blending it in. And the paintbrushes work really great for this. So now I'm just going to take a paper towel and kind of clean out my brush a little bit. I like the paper towels that have a little bit of texture to them because it just works that much better. Just fading out my color a little bit. Blending it in a little bit more. Okay, let's move on to a different color. I think we'll do the broom next. Okay, let's move into a little bit darker yellow. And I did use the brighter yellow just to kind of pick up the color a little bit. And I used a lot of muted colors, a little darker colors, so I wanted to make it just highlighted a little bit lighter. And then we'll use this kind of mustardy yellow. And I've got Diary Lied yellow and Hansa yellow, and this is yellow ochre. Okay, so now this is kind of the fun part. This is from Michaels. This is Recollections, their brand that they carry there. And it's glitter paint. And we're going to use that to kind of make it fun and vintagey. And we're going to add just a little extra sparkle also with a little extra glitter on top of what we do. So I just went ahead and I just used my paintbrush right in the bottle. And it is a little bit foamy because I had to shake it up to get all the little glitter particles. So you're going to want to kind of get the foam down a little bit. And I'm just going to go over pretty much some of the details like the snow and some of the red. But we'll start out with some of the snow down here. And this is kind of nice to work with the pastels because it sets them so you don't have to worry about the pastel coming off. We're just going to get pretty much where the highlights already are there for us, or the lights, whatever you want to call them. And so while that's wet, we'll add a little bit more glitter. This is from FSJ. This is Sparkle Dust. And I'm just going to take a little pinch of that. Just sprinkle it right over the top. It does have some nice sparkle to it, but I just thought that the sparkle dust added just that much more pop to it. But I like the glitter paint in that it just is more flat. It doesn't have a lot of dimension. And so it also dries quite a bit faster than some of the other things that you could use. And you can see how pretty that is. After I get all the glitter on, I'm actually going to cut this guy out. So all the little splotches you don't need to worry about. They will not be there. Okay, so let's put some more of this glitter paint on. We'll put some, I think we'll put some on his gloves. You can see all that fun shine and glitz. So we will just add one more little thing of glitter. And for this, I'm just going to put a little bit of shimmer in his cheeks. I'm going to use a little bit of pink glitter for his cheeks. And this is actually called Treehouse Studio. I bought this at Hobby Lobby. And we're just going to do the same thing. We're just going to pull a little pinch out of our bottle. I don't feel like I even got any. There we go. So that all dries pretty fast. I think I'm going to go ahead and cut that out right now. So when I cut out, I like to cut a little bit of a border. Okay, now that we've got this guy cut out, we can put him on our panel. Let's go check in. Okay, so let's go ahead and work on our background. This is our little panel. It's cut to 3 9/16 by 4 15/16. So we are going to go ahead and get going on that. So with this one, I used liquid color. This is from Fun Stamper's Journey. This is Catalina Splash. And what I am going to do is, this is kind of a messy process. This right here is a craft sheet. And then of course I've got my glass mat. And this works great for messy things like this, or for paint or whatever. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to put a few drops of this liquid color. And I'm going to add some sparkle silk. This is one of my favorite products. This is just, you can see all these fun little sparklies. Looks like nail polish a little bit. We're just going to flick a little bit of this on here. And then we're going to add, well, let's actually add our water right now. Okay. Might need a little bit more water. Where I'm going is mostly to this spray first. I just want to kind of absorb up all of the little sprays. Okay, so then I'm going to actually take my brayer. Actually, I don't think I'll do that yet. Let's spray it again in just a second. Let's catch a couple more of those little sprays. You're going to want to repeat this process until you have a fairly deep color. because when you use watercolor of any type, liquid color or whatever, it does dry quite a bit lighter than what it looks like. Oh, right there in front of me. When you craft, do you ever lose something? It's right in front of you. I do it all the time. Okay. So we're just going to do the same thing. If you find that your cardstock is getting too wet, then take a break from it and go ahead, and you can even use your heat tool a little bit if you need to. But you can do this in layers. Mine is going to be pretty wet by the time I'm done with this. Okay, so now I don't want to get too much more water in there. So I'm just going to use my brayer. And because it's on this mat, it's just going to naturally pull away and kind of separate out. So I'm going to let it do that a little bit. You can see our sparkles in there. And then I'll just go ahead and I will squish that right on there. And I will just keep doing that until I have enough color on there that I'm satisfied. Okay. So now you're going to want to find something that someplace to dry this where you can dry it flat. One place, actually, let's do this last step really quick. I think we'll be okay. Okay, so now we've got this ready to go. Let's take our next step, which is, and it's okay that this is fairly wet now. We want to do this next step while it's wet. We're going to take some of our beach ball silk. We're going to flick some of that on there. We're going to flick a little bit more of our sparkle on there. And then this is whipped cream. We'll take a little bit of this and add this as well. Okay, so now I actually want to add just a little bit more water because I want that to spread just a little bit. Okay. So now you're going to want to find a place that you can dry that and dry it flat. If you have a gel press, I actually like to put mine underneath my gel press, but I also have left the, I would put a clear view sheet between the two, or some sort of, something non-stick between the two. Okay, so we've got our background, it's dry now, and we've got all of our pieces. We just need to assemble our card now. So just when you do something with a lot of water involved, it's hard to keep the paper from warping. Especially, I didn't use watercolor paper, and so that makes it even that much more tricky. So we are just going to go ahead and we are going to give it quite a bit of adhesive. We're just going to line that up. Kind of need to see where the lines are. With that black glass mat, sometimes it's hard to see. Okay, we'll just try this again. All right, not Not perfect, but close enough. It'll be all right. Okay, so now we're going to take our snowman and we are just going to add some foam squares to give it some dimension. We're going to just put that right on top and we'll line it up with the background panel. Our Frosty looks so good on his cute background. Okay, so we are going to do, I had not done many easel cards. In fact, I think I have only done one once before, and it was at somebody's class. So I went ahead and I thought this one just kind of lent itself well to an easel card. So we're gonna go ahead, I've got glitter everywhere. I should have cleaned that up a little bit better. I'm just gonna fold my card base just like I normally would for a portrait card. This is 4 1/4 by 11. And then what I'm gonna do different is I'm gonna go ahead and fold, yeah, glitter is everywhere. Fold that side in one more time. Okay, this is driving me a little crazy. We're gonna just go ahead and give that one wipe down really quick, see if we can catch some of that glitter. Okay, so now I'm just gonna leave that there for a minute because I'm gonna stamp a sentiment on the inside of the card. And this is really cute. This is also from Judykins. And we will go ahead and get that guy all inked up. By the way, this is black licorice ink. This is FSJ. Okay. So we're going to hope that it's fairly straight. Not too shabby. Okay, so now let's let that dry a little bit. And oops, didn't mean to get spit all over it. Okay, so now let's go ahead and what we're gonna do is we're gonna place this on this panel and it's gonna open like this. So we only want to put adhesive down on this last section of the card base. So we're just going to go ahead and put some of our tape to there. I'm having a little challenge with the centering stuff today. Okay, I think we're about there. Okay, so now we just need something to keep it open. We're gonna want, I actually picked some jewels. These are also from FSJ. These are called cut rhinestones. And I think we'll just stick them kind of right about there. You'll probably want those two to be about the same on either side, pretty close to it. And I actually, I'm gonna just show you the finished project. I did skip a step. You would want to put your ribbon on. I don't know how many times I do this where I have to peel it up because I forgot the ribbon, but the ribbon actually goes behind this, as I will show you and the finished card. So there is how our card looks when it's all open. So much fun. You can see all the fun glittery pieces that we did. And then your jewels keep it open for you. So this just makes a really fun holiday card that you can share with your friends and that you can put on display. And it's just, I love these easel cards. I think I could totally get into these. I wouldn't be surprised if you see a few more of these coming up in future projects, because I really did enjoy making that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you found something that was inspiring, that maybe got you thinking about something that you want to create. And I hope that you will come back again. If this is your first time here, make sure that you check out the other videos that I have. And also, as far as this project from today, go ahead and look in the video description, and that is where you'll find a list of all the products that I used. So please feel free to subscribe to this channel, and if you'd like notifications, go ahead and click on the bell. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again on Crafty Shenanigans.